You're listening to the audio production of Friend of Sinners by Rich Wilkerson Jr., published by Thomas Nelson and read by the author.
Friend of Sinners: Why Jesus Cares More About Relationship Than Perfection. Dedication. To my firstborn son, our miracle in motion. You're my brave boy. You are worth the wait. Introduction. I didn't really have a nickname as a child. I was Richie until high school, then Rich ever since. There was one exception, though. On the desperate battleground that was junior high dodgeball, I earned a nickname I'm still rather proud of: Richie Rampage. It wasn't just a nickname. It was more of an alter ego, a superpower even. When the game started, I was always calm, cool, suave. But when the competition hit a certain level, something inside me would snap. My friends could always tell the moment it happened. Look out, Richie Rampage is back. My eyes would narrow, my senses would become heightened, any trace of humor or humanity would disappear. I was a machine, a survivor, a pro. Suddenly, I could catch every ball thrown my way, and I could fire the ball back with insane precision and speed. My opponents could only limp off bruised and beaten. Time and wishful thinking have probably exaggerated the legend of Richie Rampage, to be honest. But my nickname communicated something about me, about how people saw me. That's the nature of nicknames. What people call you says a lot about how they perceive you, and sometimes their perception can be very revealing. Jesus was called a lot of names. All he did was love and help people, yet he had his share of bullies and critics. Many of the religious leaders of the day were jealous of his success and afraid he would upset the status quo. They wanted to discredit him in the eyes of the public, so they said all sorts of crazy things about him. They whispered that he was an illegitimate child. They accused him of being demon-possessed. They denounced him to the Roman authorities as a rioter, a threat to public peace. Jesus didn't deserve the hate, but it turns out one of their nicknames for him was true. They called him a friend of tax collectors and sinners. Luke chapter 7, verse 34, English Standard Version. In their minds, that was one of the greatest indictments imaginable. Jesus hung out with bad people, therefore he must be bad too. That was their logic. But for Jesus, the title of friend of sinners was a sign of success, not a source of shame. I can imagine him smiling for the first time he heard the phrase, friend of sinners.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?